the brunt of the damage. But this bot lane is gonna be like perma in their face with Varus and Brand. Like Senna has a lot of healing, so they can neutralize, but I'm sure Varus and Brand should have the push in this early stage of the game.
So from the looks of it here, it's going to be a Varus Annie bot lane, and Brand is going mid.
Oh, hold on. Yeah, that actually may be the case, but we'll see. Maybe they swap. We love Renekton. In this house, we love Renekton.
We do love Renekton. So nothing too surprising in terms of item starts. Pretty expected.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
And just another classic little 5-point.
Rin has stun primed, but Skarner is covering the mid lane, so it'll be very much harder to try and surprise him there. Maybe they'll still try to get some vision in, at least on the side of AST, but it looks like there will be no early trips into the enemy jungle. But we might see Clefairy gets surprised here. The stun will not come out. There's some early damage before the minions spawn. I guess Senna doesn't really care. Presses Q twice and probably gets all that health back. The champion is still very strong even after the recent changes, the nerfs. I think ASD will be very happy with that champion.
We do also have 3 comets on T4T. So they're going to be some pokey boys.
Annie's not really a support we see very often, especially in UNL, but I like how AST are approaching this. They know that just an Annie stun, even at rank 1, is very dangerous and could just result in a lot of damage being taken.
So, I mean, it's a very sort of a low risk, high reward champion as well. You know, a Rin's can permanently be scary, particularly at 6. And with the flash up, you're able to play very aggressively on the champ, which I'd say we're probably expecting to happen. But you know, if you're thinking, how do we shut down a player like Sam in the mid lane? A point and click stun is probably one of your best options. Early gank coming in.
Ooh, just out of range for that stun, and he's gonna eat a full combo from Imari, but that does put the Brand pretty low on HP. And could lead to some extra pressure from Sam, who's now going in and trying to apply just that. I think in this spot, Martin will be forced to TP.
You would think
I don't think you want to risk a regank.
Pretty dangerous.
I mean, he's still pushing forward. I guess the Skarner has to be worried about finishing his clear right now. Just to try and not fall behind compared to the Maokai. Yeah, but here we see exactly what we talked about. Anytime there's a double ranged bot lane versus a melee support, you can expect them to have the push and you can expect them to put a lot of harass in, but Vasenna is making sure that the harass doesn't stick as much.
Doran Shield and second wind combo never failing to
oh yeah, I
help
think you could pull up the items in the scoreline, because I don't think the stream can see that right now. And then you hides the timeline, I believe.
Ah.
Yep. Here comes a gank towards top. Kama has to flash. Respect to Skarner CC that could come after.
The wave is in a pretty horrible spot for Renekton right now, if you were to back.
Yeah, is he gonna be allowed to push this in? Meganar is about to activate for Spore. So that could be a problem. Now Skarner's looking towards mid once again, and Imari is not going to flash. He's flashing too late. He's going to take all this damage for free, and that's first blood for Sam.
He also doesn't have TP because he's just used
Oh,
it.
comma. Really close to a kill there as well. Oh, but as ASD are trying to push this in, here come Rins and Mikuskyo trying to interrupt this. Not a lot of damage between these two, though. They're trying to get something done, but Annie is just a support with no AP items. There's no damage here. And they completely miscalculated the potential they had for this 2v2. And Aurora gets even more gold in her pocket.
Splitting a focus did not help them there. We've got...
Yeah, I feel like, yeah, they weren't exactly sure what to do in that spot, or at least... Yeah. That's a bit of a problem.
We've got a bit of a farm lead coming up in the bot lane currently, but yeah, those kills going down elsewhere on the map are not going to help them a whole bunch.
I wonder what Clefairy's going to opt for items-wise, because if you go for just this classic Enchanter build that we've been seeing recently, I don't know if that makes your team comp maybe lacking a bit in terms of damage later on. But no time to talk about that right now, because, okay. Abyssal Voyage just in time to get away, but Hawksbill just hit 6, and the brand is completely isolated. That's an extra kill for AST. And the mid laner's getting fed real quick. This game plan for T4T is starting to fall apart a little bit. Aurora, when she's fed, she's such a pain to deal with in the team fights.
So particularly for a carry that, or two carries that are fairly immobile in Brand and Varus. They're not going to appreciate the large damage AoE this Aurora can just drop on their heads.
Well, as a consolation prize, they saw Aurora recall, so they had time to get the dragon, so there's that for T4T. Wiz is trying to come in once again, but the root is keeping both ball laners of AST safe.
We're seeing Seraflop counter jungle here, so that top side is probably going to disappear while Mercutio is none the wiser stuck bot. We could see a regank again.
Oh, completely flashless, stuck against the wall. Skarner has hit 6, so he's pulled all the way towards Aurora. And Seraflop puts another kill on the board. Spore trying to trade back with Meganar, already active, but Renekton is still one scary croc, so you don't want to come in too close. This bot lane is really the one true advantage that T4T have going for them right now. The CS lead is huge, but Yuna is opting for recurve though, even though he's running Comet. Has he changed his mind in the middle of the game? That's peculiar. I feel like if you're going on hit, you should have PTA as your rune choice.
Very possibly. I think it's interesting. Would that be a Bork first?
Yeah. Oh, now Spore in a lot of trouble if this jungler doesn't bail him out here, but they will see two people step on a ward, so Spore will back off, but this is a bit of a situation where you're going to lose some CS and some XP, and Renekton is already ahead in XP. A bit of a problematic spot.
However,
but
Hawksbill has purchased a Dark Seal, and we all know what that means.
Yeesh.
As soon as that becomes a Medjai's, he will die.
I don't know if UNL has like the Medjai's emote activated on 7TV, but that emote is definitely fitting for the occasion. Spore is going to get stunned, but Iren's damage is non-existent right now. Meanwhile, camera pans to mid, and Brand just disappears before our very eyes. And now the Skarner pulls both the support and the top laner towards Spore. There should be at least one kill, although Cut manages to turn this around. Gets enough Fury just in time to put the damage down, but Skarner is still quite scary. He will probably trade back one. And maybe even more. Oh, Senna ult all the way from bot lane. Crazy sequence, and AST come out on top once again, but now in a 2v2, I'm not sure if AST want this necessarily. Tom Kench, will he be able to get away, is the question. He still has his shield up. He's gonna pop it. No, he won't pop it in time. He didn't press E. It's like not pressing your Tryndamere ult button. It hurts just the same. And now Clefairy in a lot of trouble as Imari makes his way towards bot lane from mid, makes the roam happen. And that's going to be an extra kill for Yuna, although... Oh, that's an execute, I think, Mercutio. You know,
it was actually purely tactical. Mercutio knows
yeah, he was... he was gunning for the early recall. He knew it would take him so much time to get back to base after this play. So he just decided to speed things up. What a guy. Meanwhile,
very well played to disengage there.
Yeah. Makes it out in a 1v3 situation. Buys some time for his team, but it will still be grubs started by AST, and not a lot that T4T can do about it, with two members of their team recalling as we speak. Having the mid lane this far ahead just opens up so much in terms of possible plays, and AST are taking full advantage.
I would say Aurora is definitely in pure one-shot territory already.
Oh yeah, I mean, they took off some of the base damage, but that ability is still absurd. Oh man, we've seen this song and dance before. Two ultimates layered together, and the Aquatic Scourge is growing scarier by the minute. Now unstoppable, taking more plates. Arenz is here. No flash though. I don't think they'll be able to stop the mid laner from getting away.
Arenz has hit level 6 now though.
Yeah, the problem is you are very reliant on this flash. Okay, the Devour comes in. It will probably save Senna. The Abyssal Voyage comes out. Arenz will probably be able to stun at least one member here. But Tibbers comes out, but it whiffs! Where was the stun? And now, oh my goodness, T4T are in a world of hurt. They won't even get one kill out of a situation. Kama's fighting Spore in the meantime, but I think Gnar will also escape. The Q just out of range, and Spore gets away with her life. Just barely, but you don't want to grieve for these minions. Yeah, AST will win out bot lane in a big way, and also the top laner stays alive on top of that.
This has been a pretty clean game for Astral Infection at the moment. You know, T-Wife and Storio have been trying to force plays, but the response is so quick. A 5-level difference between the Aurora and the Annie. The last time they got a level, they both were able to put a point into their ult.
Just a problematic spot right now. It feels like T4T, they want to make things happen, but there's just not a lot of damage to make it happen.
Skarner has the funny number on heart still. That's my tactical analysis of the day.
Chain of Corruption whiffs. I'm just wondering if it would be easier to try and make your way towards the top side and make some plays there, but I guess T4T, they came in with a plan and they just want to make sure Yuna is unopposed in the bot lane. They did slip up, but he's still CSing well, and he's on curve for these items, but now the Annie is no longer alive, and that took about 2 seconds, and Varus will surely follow. Aurora is 8 kills now on the scoreboard. Brand could actually die here as well under tower. They want to keep things going, but Ezzy cannot tank any more turret shots, but the stun! The lick from the catfish was absolutely delicious. And that's kill number 9 for Hawksbill in a absolute masterclass on this Aurora pick. And now, the furious pinging from the Annie. Can we please stop giving this guy more kills? I feel like is the kind of subliminal message that Lorenz is trying to send to his team, but it feels like it's not gonna work. Aurora's way past critical mass now. Just presses R and then bad things happen to you no matter what.
Looks like we're gonna have a scrap over this Herald.
P4T wants this fight, but I don't think they should really be gunning for this. I don't think they should be contesting much at all. When the gold lead is already... Well, it's mostly on Aurora, but when Aurora is present, surely you just do not want any of that smoke. Like, you absolutely want to stay away from that champion. At least for now.
The Varus poke still hurts despite being the on-hit build, but Seraphop coming back in again.
It's always the same spot, always comes in from the Raptor camp, and it catches out T4T all the same, but maybe now they can try and make a play with the teleport, but Kama's completely isolated here, and he has no backup from his team. Here comes Amari, but it's too late, I believe. It's either a Skarner or Vasenna that's going to get the kill, and it is Skarner at the end of the day. It takes that one, but Seraphop is not just content with one kill, he wants to keep going.
Maokai Q over the wall. I've not seen that one before.
Yeah. Pretty rare interaction. But, well, yeah.
Go down here.
Aurora presses R, and you die. 17-3 on the scoreboard. AST are feeling absolutely delighted by the current state of events. I mean, Spore is probably just like living the life of a top laner on a winning team, which is just a vacation in Cancun while your team is doing all the work. But oh, hold on, is that perhaps a caster curse? Spore will get it 1 kill, I believe. Just one more auto is enough to get it, but stun is going to come in from the brand just in time to keep himself alive, and yeah, I definitely cursed Spore just now. I have to apologize. Spore was having a grand old time spectating, but now she's dead. But hold on, there may be another dead Varus on our screen, and just keeps the Varus in place, so Tom can press W and get the CC chain going. The dragon is up already. That was Maokai taking 60% of damage.
And you would love to be a fly on the wall in the TY tutorial pool right now, while they're trying to figure out the game plan and how they can get their way back into this. In a similar vein to last game, you know, we're sub 20 minutes in and we've got a 7.5k gold lead.
I feel like I don't know about this Annie pick at all. I feel like that is the biggest kind of complaint that I have about this draft. I feel like they just kind of outsmarted themselves a little bit. But now they will get this solitary pick on the Spore. This will not result in Baron because Baron is not up. But now, well, the Annie just got blown up once again. The
Hawksbill
flash, I'm
forgetting
not sure if that was necessary. Yeah, he
potential
forgot that he was...
He forgot that his ult was up, I believe.
Oh
and
yeah,
then, and then went to run to the other side, and the ult expired.
that could have been it. But even then, I feel like Renekton with no Fury, surely he just does not pose a threat to you.
I think
So-
the only reason that he definitely didn't want to die there was the middle item that we can see now.
Oh, I see. It's not only about the bounty now, it's about shielding the stacks. Are we seeing character development from Hawksbill in the mid lane? Is he going to stay deathless for the entire game? I think that is... maybe you could put that as a bet in the casino if any of the mods are watching right now. Will he lose the stacks?
I'm going to go with 100% a yes.
Okay.
He will die at some point. And it will be the most preventable death, and he will be fuming.
Well, I believe human beings can learn and can learn from lessons that life imposes on them, so I'm gonna say he keeps his stats. I hope that I don't get disappointed by his performance from now on, as Baron is started by AST. We're trying to make another pick on Spore, but with Mega Gnar active, it's gonna be too hard to do anything to Spore as it stands. They're all just way behind the curve.
Oh, you're going to see an attempted steal here.
Okay, Mikuski will try to go in, but now Hawksbill walking his way over the Baron pit and just zoning out the Maokai. He will not get a sniff of the Baron. Where do AST go from here? Spore's back to top lane. We got 4 people mid, so I believe that's just going to be the lane allocation for now. This wave is still up and running, so this tower will just go down without T4T able to answer.
Let's have a little center stack check.
How did he even,
61.
like, they're trying to get one pick onto the Tom Kench, but he's just
Oh.
not falling, and wow. That was 100 to 0 in the truest sense of the word. And now Skarner is coming in, but his health bar is not moving, which you can't really say the same for the enemy team, as they are getting absolutely mauled by Gnar under their own tower.
This one could be
Seraflop
game.
is still alive and kicking, continuing to pull out all the CC he can muster. But that's just Mikuskio alive, and then he's gone in a flash. And that is AST closing out the game right here in 23 minutes. I do believe Darius will not be able to stop them from doing this. He will get pinned down to the wall, in fact, and he will be the next one to fall, and that will close out the game for good, as AST just absolutely wiped the floor with T4T, it has to be said. And this is like both rosters at their full power. We expected a big game here, we expected a spectacle, but instead it was just a very one-sided affair from start to finish, really.